now has over 20,000 Google reviews, the highest rated and the largest insurance platform in the country. InsuranceMarket.ae.
This is Live Talk with Ronak Koteja. Talk 100.3.
12:26, a very good afternoon. This is Ronak Kotecha on Live Talk. And let me remind you that Meteora developers are unveiling their fifth project in JVC. Step into a world of elevated privileges with Meteora developers, where your investment not only grows but also brings your family's dreams to life. They're unveiling their amazing fifth project in JVC, which is offering a jaw-dropping 40 months post-handover payment plan with just 1% per month. And there's, of course, world-class amenities there and best location that awaits you. The luxury living at its finest at Meteora Developers. It's not just about building structures. They're about building communities, friendships and dreams. You can join the Meteora family today. Dial 800-789 to unlock the magic of Meteora Developers. And with that, we have on the phone lines our next guest. He is an entrepreneur but also an avid watch collector himself. He has a watch company, and this young entrepreneur, his name is Yazan. He is with us on the phone lines. Well, he was supposed to be in the studios, but like most of us, he has been stuck in the traffic. Hi Yazan, how are you?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, Yazan. Well, good afternoon too. How is your journey coming along? Where are you right now? Tell us a bit about that.
Well, thank you for having me. I was supposed to be in the studio, as you mentioned, but it's been like 2 hours and a half almost that I've been in the car. Currently near Mall of the Emirates on Sheikh Zayed Road. However, I'm happy to be on the phone with you and discuss a little bit further.
Yeah, that is the most wisest thing to do right now because, after Mall of the Emirates, it's actually quite clear. You would have gotten here in another 10-12 minutes, but we're running out of time. So quickly tell us, how's this entire journey begin of watch collection? And we would like to know more about this because watches, even with the advent of all the social media, mobile phones, where we don't really need a watch per se, they continue to remain very, very high value items.
Of course. Well, to go there, how I started with this kind of passion is I've always liked to collect things since I was younger. So at some point I was collecting currencies, different coins from different countries, and then we went towards digital watches. It was like G-Shock, Casio. I'm sure all of you know about that. So then it became towards finer, well-made Swiss watches. I started collecting at a very young age and understanding the craft a little bit more. Of course, different watches and different kind of mechanical devices take a lot of craftsmanship and a lot of time put into the craft in order to really obtain, a beautiful piece at the end. So
Right.
that is really appreciated among watch collectors and people in general, and that's why it remains very valuable item. Well, another important reason the watches are still used and considered very valuable right now is, of course, you can look at your phone or use a smartwatch, but at least your mechanical watch does not show you that you have 14 emails from your boss and 2 missed calls from your ex-girlfriend.
Right. But the
yeah.
digital ones do.
Excuse me?
But the digital ones do. The digital ones show all of those things. They show the mails, they show the messages, and all the pesky
Exactly,
stuff
and
that we have
that's
to deal with on the phones.
of course, and that's why you wear a mechanical watch and you
Right.
don't buy a smart one.
So you have this your own brand called Lورلوجيه, and is that a Swiss made brand?
Yes, well, lorlogier, which is French for the horologist, which is the person that takes care of the time or of watches, is a Swiss company. Yes, is a Geneva-based Swiss watch brand. We are independent. We are a very new company. It's been, we've been developing for around a year, but we have been on the market since a little less than 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
We have our first release, edition 1,
And
right now, and we're working on more of them.
and what's the price point like?
So we're starting around 700 francs, Swiss francs, which is around $730. And
Okay.
for now, we're only selling through our website.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's roughly around 2,200 dirhams or so. 2,300 dirhams, right? Per watch.
It's around 2600.
2,600. Okay. All right.
Correct.
Okay. So tell me something. When you are competing into this very high value market and you are a new player, how difficult is it for you to make a mark for yourself?
That's the most difficult challenge that we have. There are very well established brands, well established watch companies that really
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it compete, but really master this craft and also master the trade, which channels to use, where to sell, what pieces do people like,
Yeah.
etc.
But I'm very,
So that's
I'm very curious to know, like, when the watch companies like Rolex or, even like, Swatch, like, so bigger to the smaller brands, all of them, when they price their watches, they clearly they aren't that expensive to make, right? It's the marketing, it's the whole image building that kind of puts on that added cost, and the whole credibility that it comes with, the whole what do you call, the social status that it comes with, that
Mhm.
is the thing that adds on to all the costs, because the
I wouldn't really say so. It really depends. Again, I mean, in the case of Swatch, which is very mass produced, maybe that can be the case.
Hmm.
But for other fine companies like AP or Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe, Rolex, Cartier, this cost, the initial cost per watch per piece, is not as low as people imagine. So the markup is not that high like other
Oh,
luxury products
okay,
because
that's really news actually, because we most people, like, think that, it's you're paying for the brand, you're paying for holding that thing in your hand, or that kind of putting it on your wrist and having that social status.
it's not really the case because I mean it might be the case with certain brands. I'm not gonna name them, but generally speaking, the price tag comes because of years and years of mastering this craft, and then using precious metals. A
Hmm.
lot of pieces take a lot of time to be made, a lot of development, a lot of
Right.
research. And of course, it's a piece. Like in general, we mentioned digital watches before. You buy a digital watch or let's say a smartwatch, and then in a year or two it's already outdated, like
Yeah.
like telephones. But this lasts for years, generations. I mean, I personally still have my grandfather's watches. They're working
Right.
perfectly.
Right.
So
I
that's
guess, yeah,
something.
it's got that emotional value as well. Finally, where do you see this entire luxury watch segment going? Like with the AI, the advent of all the virtual reality that we have. Do you see that more players will come in, and the demand will only increase from here on?
Well, in my opinion, I think this is one of the industries least affected by the whole technology
Even
thing.
COVID,
And
even COVID didn't affect you guys.
no, COVID actually did a very big boom in the watch industry. That's why you see waiting lists for 10 or 15 years for specific watches. Uh, but for like to talk a little bit more
Hmm.
about the AI or the technology, the biggest watch manufacturer in the world is Apple at this time, and of course they are selling more watches than everyone. However, the watch industry is stable since then, and I can only see growth. I can only see more people appreciating the tradition, the craft, and also many micro brands like ourselves
Okay.
now going, booming, people learning about them, and people looking more into buying this kind of watch.
Right. So you were based in Dubai, but your product is a Swiss-made product, right?
Yes, I'm based between Madrid and Dubai,
Okay.
and yes, we make our watches in Switzerland.
Okay, so it's pretty much a global product, if I may. So now, finally, I want to ask you for your brand, Lorllogie. What's
Yes.
the plan? Do you want to go brick and mortar very soon?
Yes, hopefully that would be something we're looking into. We're also hoping to create new sales channels through having distribution network in the region. This is our main focus region,
Yeah,
to be honest, and we are focusing on building a bit of a distribution network, having agents here, and
yeah.
having our pieces in showrooms, and then hopefully, of course, having our own stores.
Right. One